Good morning, everyone. It is May 23rd. This is our regular commission meeting. Go ahead and call it to order, and I'm going to ask Dave if he would lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dave. Move on to item number 3, roll call.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I am here. And item number 4, correspondence and organizational business. Item 4.1, correspondence. Do we have any?
We do. The Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in the following. Notice of liquor license approvals for Olympic Oyster Co. and Model T Pub and Eatery. Notice of potential discontinuation of cannabis license for Cannabis Co-op. Liquor and cannabis license renewal information. Special occasion liquor license requests from the Humane Society of Mason County, North Mason Humane Society, and North Mason Food Bank. And notice of liquor license application received from JW and JH Court. Andrea Exo sent an advisory board application for the Historic Preservation Committee. Comments regarding Sherwood Forest and Sherwood Timber Sale were received from the following: Sue Klemp, Liz Ellis, Ariana Garofalo, Carla Oman, Eileen Preffermont, Claudia Martin, Alice Flegel, Michael Siptroff, Sherry Dysart, Craig Moran, Ann Peterson, the Port of Allen, Nolan Johansson, Marta Taja Siret, Reva Fowler, Sylvia Mallet Meeks, Peggy Morrell, Einar Lofgren, and the Mason County Climate Justice.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item 4.2, this is the Mason County Board of Equalization membership news release, and ask Becky to go ahead and read that one.
Good morning. Yes, I will be reading a news release regarding Mason County Board of Equalization membership. The Board of Mason County Commissioners is seeking applicants to fill a regular member position and an alternate member position on the Mason County Board of Equalization. The 3-year terms end on May 31, 2026. Applicants must reside in Mason County. The Board of Equalization is a 3-member board appointed by the Mason County Commissioners. 2 alternate members may also be selected. The board's responsibility is to ensure that all property valuations are at 100% of market value, so an equitable tax assessment can be established. Taxpayers may appeal their assessments, including assessments of real and personal property, forest land, timber, and open space. The board also considers denials of senior citizen property tax exemptions. Taxpayers can file a petition with the Board of Equalization, and a hearing will be scheduled to present their appeal of their assessment for timely filed and completed petitions. Depending on the number of appeals heard each year, the board may meet up to 3 days a week throughout the year. Board members are paid $100 per diem when in session. As required by RCW 84.48.042, the successful applicant must attend training provided by the Washington State Department of Revenue within 1 year following appointment or reappointment. Interested citizens may obtain an application at the Mason County Commissioner's Office, 411 North 5th Street, Shelton, or by calling 360-427-9670 extension 380, or visit the Mason County website at www.masoncountywa.gov. The positions are open until filled, with the first review June 6, 2023.
Great, thank you, Becky. Let's move on to item number 4.3, the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee membership news release, and ask Mark to read that.
Absolutely. A news release on Lodging Tax Advisory Committee membership. The Mason County Commissioners are seeking applicants to fill a spending position for the Mason County Lodging Tax Advisory Committee. Pursuant to Mason County Code Chapter 2.96, the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee shall consist of at least 5 members appointed by the Board of County Commissioners. The committee shall include at least 2 representatives of businesses that are required to collect the lodging tax, referred to as generators, at least 2 members who are persons involved in activities that are authorized to be funded by lodging tax revenue spenders. 1 Mason County Commissioner who shall serve as chair of the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee. LTAC reviews and makes recommendations to the commissioners for awarding the lodging tax. The Board of County Commissioners shall review the membership of Lodging Tax Advisory Tax Committee annually and make changes as appropriate. Interested persons are encouraged to apply for the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee by completing an advisory board application form that can be downloaded from the Mason County website at https://masoncountywa.gov/forms/advisoryboardapp.pdf, or by calling Commissioner's Office at 360-427-9670, extension 419. Completed applications should be submitted to the Commissioner's Office at 411 North 5th Street in Shelton. Positions will remain open until filled. If there are any questions regarding the open position, please contact Diane Zorn at 360-427-9670, extension 747, or dlz@masoncountywa.gov.
Great. Thank you.
Great job.
//
All right, let's move on to item number 5 before we get too deep in that one. This is the time we set aside for open forum for citizen input. We have a 15-minute limit, a total limit, 3-minute per person. And we'll start with the room first. Do we have anyone in the room that would like to say anything about topics that are not on the agenda? All right, let's move on to it's not the Zoom room anymore, the Teams room. Do we have anyone in the Teams room that would like to address the commission? All right. Move on to item number 6, adoption of the agenda.
Madam Chair, I'd move adoption of today's agenda as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item number 7, approval of minutes that we don't have. So we'll skip that one and move on to item number 8, approval of the action agenda. Commissioners will read through the items on the action agenda. After that, an item can be removed for separate discussion or vote. I will read items 8.1 through 8.4. Commissioner Netherland, if you could read 8.5 through 8.10. Commissioner Schutte, 8.11 through 8.16. Item number 8.1, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittances. Claims Clearing Fund warrants number 8096120 through 8096317 in the amount of $795,513.92. Direct Deposit Fund warrants number 96406 through 96802, the amount of $799,381.10. Salary Clearing Fund warrants number 7007346 through 7007382, in the amount of $1,108,248.69. Treasurer Electronic Remittance $653,686.39. Item 8.2, approval to reappoint the following members to the Mason County Lodging Tax Advisory Committee, LTAC, for 2-year terms expiring May 31st, 2025. Greg Oldman, Generator; Sean Tucker, Generator; Deidre Peterson, Spender; and Dwayne Wilson, Spender. Item 8.3, approval to dissolve the Memorial Hall Committee. Item 8.4, approval to set a public hearing for Tuesday, June 20th at 9:15 to consider and approve supplemental budget requests and budget transfers to the 2023 budget.
Madam Chair, item number 8.5 reads approval of the January 2023 December 2026 collective bargaining agreement CBA for Teamsters Union Local number 252 Mason County Community Family Health. Item number 8.6, approval of the January 2023 through December 2026 collective bargaining agreement CBA for the Woodworkers Local Lodge W318 IAM, Mason County Deputy Prosecuting Attorneys. Item number 8.7, approval to appoint Kevin Frankenberger as a member and David Mallory as an alternate member to the Board of Equalization, BOE, for a 2-month interim until July 31st, 2023. Item number 8.8, approval of the agreement with Inspect2Go for cloud-based food inspection software services for $7,300 per year. Item number 8.9, approval for the Deputy Director of Utilities and Waste Management to execute an agreement with the Kitsap County to continue providing residential household hazardous waste collection and disposal for Mason County to June 30th, 2024, with the option to extend for an additional year. Item number 8.10, approval for the chair to execute the Adopt a Road agreement between Mason County and the following volunteer organizations: Jim and Brenda Jensen, assigning Bear Creek to Wattle Road from milepost 3.15 to milepost 5.15 as their designated adopted area in memory of Cody Shea Kenyon, assigning Sunnyside Road from milepost 0.20 to milepost 3.45 as their designated adopted area.
Item 8.11, approval of the resolution amending resolution number 2023-031, updating the Mason County personnel policy, adding section 7.5, administrative leave, to give the county administrator, in conjunction with human resources, authority to place an employee on administrative leave. Item 8.12, approval to hire an extra help noxious weed control inspector for the Mason County Noxious Weed Control Board. Item 8.13, approval of the professional services contract with Olympic Health and Recovery Services for the Mason County Law Enforcement Co-Responder Program using treatment sales tax funds in the amount of $180,000. Item 8.14, approval to set a public hearing for Tuesday, June 20th, 2023 at 9:15 a.m. to consider the adoption of the Washington 2021 Building Code, including the new Building and Fire Protection Code standard titled Washington Wildland Urban Interface Code, as mandated by the State Building Code Council. Item 8.15, approval to advertise a request for proposals for consultant services for the 2025-2045 Periodic Comprehensive Plan Update and Environmental Impact Statement. Item 8.16, approval of the letter of support for Energy Northwest's electronic vehicle grant application.
All right, thank you. Having read through all the items on today's action agenda, are there any items you would like to have removed for discussion?
Not for me.
No? Any items from anyone in the room for separate discussion? All right, seeing none. Are there any items you'd like to be removed for separate vote?
No, just comments at the end.
Yep.
All
Comments.
right. All right, having read through the items, I'll go ahead and call for approval. Oh, wait.
Madam Chair, I move for approval of the action agenda items as presented.
Second.
All right, now, having had a motion and a second, let's go ahead to approve the action agenda.
And
As
Anthony could
written.
comment first?
No.
Okay. Madam Chair, on item number 8.5 and 8.6, I want to give a special thank you to our staff for all their hard work, and to the unions themselves. They've been great partners to work with. Here are two more that have been satisfied. For those that are keeping track, that's 7 of them that we've done this last year. We've really done a great job. Our staff has done an exceptional job working together. We have found a way with most all the unions of literally bringing them up where they should be. We've done some spot adjustments. We've done some great things. And we're trying to find parity throughout our whole county. And just for those, again, that are keeping track, there's only like 2 that are left out there. We have one that is ASME, which we're trying hard to try and get on the same track with each other. That's in mediation at the moment. And then we have our proposals with our law enforcement, which we are waiting on that one. We have a proposal out there. We're 2 months in the wait right now for their response. But I'm sure we're going to do well. We've been finding a way to work together as a team, as a county, and have parity. I don't see why it would be any different with everybody else. So I want to thank all our staff for all their hard work with it.
Okay.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Commissioner Netherland on that. I also do want to note item 8.13, our co-responder program with the Sheriff's Office. This is a fantastic development for the county, and I thank the commissioners for their support, the Sheriff's Office for their hard work on this, Public Health. Dave and Melissa did an incredible job at bringing together all of the partners to put in place a program that I think is going to support not only our sheriff's deputies on the road, our law enforcement officers, but also provide another layer of service and care for people in the community that are experiencing mental health crises. And so really, really excited to have this project move forward. It reads that we're paying $180,000 out of treatment sales tax, which is less than half of the actual program cost. So our partners over at Olympic Health and Recovery pick up the other 55% of the cost to do this program. And so I'm really grateful for them being interested in working with us to strengthen that social safety net and provide additional resources for people in the community who need it. So this is a big step forward for our community, and I'm excited to see this program roll out here in the next several weeks.
Madam Chair, if you don't mind, he leaves himself out, but we need to give a special thank you to Commissioner Schutte on that, because he's been leading the way for the commission. This is a game changer, and please don't underestimate the importance of what is happening right here. But again, thank you, Commissioner Schutte, for your leadership.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, well said by both of you. Well, I think what I'd like to do is just, we read through the items on the action agenda very quickly. But discussion before it ends up on the action agenda takes a lot more time. And so I want people to know that we're not making hasty decisions on any of these. We have full discussions and come to very good decisions. We have some excellent SMEs that help us through this process. So I want to thank all of our staff and throughout Mason County, because they're pretty awesome, and obviously they're pretty efficient. So, all right, anything else? All right, go ahead and call for the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. All right, let's move on to item number 9, other business. This time we set aside for department heads and elected officials to brief the commission if they would like to. Do we have anyone that would like to brief the commission?
Just to let the public know, last evening we had a contractor hit one of our main water lines in Beards Cove. Staff were immediately on site, got it patched temporarily within about 3 hours. And so individuals were able to have water again, which was super nice. They're going to have to shut the water off again today to do the permanent repair, but that should only take a couple hours. And I'm looking at Loretta to make sure I'm not saying anything that's outside of scope.
You are correct,
Okay.
yeah. We're planning to make the permanent repair around 10 o'clock this morning.
10 o'clock.
So first thing this morning, we were out and about getting all the materials ready for the repair and door knocking. So Diedrich's like, nah.
It breaks his heart.
Door knocking to let our customers know what was happening and what to expect during the outage and how long. And we'll move on and hopefully wrap up around noonish or early afternoon.
All right, anyone else? All right, guys are making it easy on us. Moving on to item number 10. We have no public hearings at this time, but as you can see on the action agenda, we will have some coming up. Move on to item number 11, board calendars and reports. Ask Commissioner Schutte to go first, Commissioner Netherland, and then I'll follow.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. After today's meeting, we have a broadband action team meeting. If you remember, Commissioners, a couple of weeks ago, I asked for your consensus to do a baseline study of where we're at currently countywide, and so today's the kickoff meeting with the consultants that are funded by the State Department of Commerce and the State Broadband Office to get that work started over the next couple of months. We also have Board of Health. And then later on this week, Housing and Behavioral Health Advisory Board. I'll also be attending the parking lot dedication at the City of Shelton tomorrow. Have our Mason County Behavioral Health Coalition meeting. I'll be attending the Sheriff's Breakfast ahead of the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Looking forward to next week. Have a meeting with Kyle Cronk from the South Sound YMCA, meeting with Senator Drew McEwen and Deputy Mayor Joe Schmidt. Have our Broadband Action Team report review meeting. So I'll be bringing back the report that the group has been working on over the past couple of months to the Commission for review and comment, as well as out to the other stakeholders. I'll be participating in the Recompete meeting. Also participating in a supervisor meeting at MACECOM. And then I have a meeting with Congresswoman Strickland, who's visiting the Thurston Mason BHASO to talk about how she can better support our work on behavioral health issues in our communities. Back for briefings, my bi-weekly check-in with the BHASO staff, and I'll be doing the Lower Hood Canal Watershed group meeting on the evening of the 5th before our next commission meeting on the 6th.
All right. Madam Chair, of course, we had that Teams test where we were all on there for a while together. I had a meeting up at the Belfair Fire Station, North Mason Regional Fire Authority, and with our administrator, Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority meeting. I met with a city council member. Me and my family were able to provide lunch to the Pioneer School District for their Teacher and Staff Appreciation Day. I met with the sheriff. We had breakfast together. Mason Transit Authority meeting, North Mason Chamber of Commerce meeting. I met with our head public defender, City of Shelton manager, Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization. We had a North Mason grad night dinner. We had briefings, and I can't read what one of them is. Then coming up, we have the Sheriff's Breakfast, as was mentioned. I'll be meeting with our clerk. We have a Board of Health meeting, North Mason Chamber of Commerce luncheon. Washington State Risk Pool is meeting to talk about different issues. Fundraiser at the Rainier game. Hopefully some of you guys could be there and have fun. I have a meeting with the Masons. I have briefings, Peninsula Regional Transportation Executive meeting, Law Enforcement and Firefighters Board. And I want to take a moment, I'm glad you came back in. I want to thank Public Works on the issue that was just discussed with our administrator. It was quite imagine a 4-inch main being busted. All heck breaks loose when a 4-inch main gets busted. Our reservoirs, everything gets dropped down. Our staff were Johnny on the spot, getting out there, getting it done. I had contact right away from our administrator, and then I was in contact with our staff and with Richard and the like. And I want to share something that Richard said that shows you the dedication that our employees have to the people out there in North Mason and in our utilities. So because of the 4-inch main, it's not a piece that you just keep laying around anywhere. So they were sending the staff up to North Bay to see if they can find a piece that would work for it. North Bay is a little ways away, basically going up into above Lakeland Village. But our utility manager, made sure that I knew that if there is no piece there, his brother or brother-in-law is with the Lacey Public Works, and he will drive out personally, go get the part and drive it to Belfair to make sure that those people have water. That's dedication. I could not let it go by without that being known. And the communication was excellent. We do the best that we can. I saw one person that actually wrote that I can't believe I didn't get an email or a call to tell me my water was out. And I thought to myself, I've actually never heard of that happening before. And then right after he writes that, somebody posted, well, I just got an email from the HOA, and they gave a whole list of the stuff. Our staff had contacted the HOA contacted all the people. This guy just didn't read that yet. But again, I don't know how you would call everybody that's in a housing development to tell them their water's out, but you guys just did a great job. And I wanted to thank you specifically from my community for the great job that you guys did. And thank Richard for being willing to drive out there in the middle of the night if he had to get us apart so that our people there would have water. But they got water turned back on before the night was over, even with a 4-inch break.
Yeah. No, hats off to all of them, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Jesus was our person on the spot.
He's always on the
leading
spot.
through.
Jesus is quite a,
Just really did a fantastic job. And we
Yeah.
had obviously Cassie and Joe and some other folks attending. It takes a team. And yay, I guess go Public Works Week, right?
yeah, yeah.
Great way to celebrate.
Yeah.
Right.
But my community thanks you because they really appreciated it. Nobody thought you'd get it back on.
Absolutely, we'll pass that on to Richard. He's out shepherding again this morning, so thank you.
Yeah, thank all of them for us. All right, so yesterday I went to the memorial for Sam Sevier, and it was well attended by many of our veterans, and just wanted to reach out to our veterans and let them know how much we care for them, active duty, retired, for all of them. They're pretty special. And so after this commission meeting, I'll be meeting with Mark and Mary regarding the employee town hall next week. And I have a area agency on aging state audit report coming up. We have Board of Health. Also want to just real quick wish Kelly a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kelly.
39, man, looking
let's
good.
sing to him. Let's sing to him, Commissioner.
You want to?
Yeah, heck yeah.
You started.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kelly. Happy birthday to you.
Recording that.
Well, that's the first that's ever happened that I saw, but I want to point out, years ago when they first started the best of employee for the county was actually Kelly Fraser. I'm going, who's Kelly? No.
That was only, 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Back when he was 16.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, now moving back to my calendar. Tomorrow's also my sister-in-law's birthday, so happy birthday, Becky.
Happy birthday.
I would say we're not.
Yeah.
We might get complaints if we continue that one. We have our SWAC meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow I also have an all-day, well, it's more than half a day, with Timber Counties. So I'll be in Olympia for that, and then Community Action Council later that night. Public Works Board Executive Committee. Actually taking the weekend and going away for a bit, getting out of town, so it's going to be kind of fun. Monday is Memorial Day, so make sure that we all think of it and remember what they've done for us. And then on Wednesday is our employee town hall. I do have a hair appointment. My brother and his wife's anniversary, the recompete, I might be in on that. Also, Public Works Board Executive Committee meeting, Public Works Board meeting on Friday. Also want to remind everybody that that weekend, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, is Forest Festival. So make sure you get out and spread some love and make sure that Mason County knows you're there. And then we're back on Monday for briefings, and then a commission, or WASEC virtual assembly, and then commission meetings. And June is the month for my family's anniversaries, so there's a lot of anniversaries going on that during June, but I won't bore everybody with all of those anniversaries. Just want to wish my family a very happy anniversaries. Okay?
Just I may also bump into the Forest Festival stuff
Yeah.
throughout that weekend.
Me also,
Yeah.
and at that anniversary party, but that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
To Sam's family, to Ida, I apologize that I could not be there. It was very important that I would be there, but I can't not do my chemo. It was actually at the exact same time as my chemo. So please accept my apologies to the family. And something to remember when it comes to when you have water outages. First of all, isn't it amazing when the water's turned off how thirsty you get just immediately? It's kind of like but always remember, because of being prepared for different hazards and things that come up, that in case of emergency, you usually have 40 to 80 gallons of water in your hot water tank that you can actually drain off from the bottom if you need to have water. So just keep that in mind if you're ever in that situation. You're cut off for a couple weeks out there. It is important to know you do have liquids usually in your home. That's all I got. Just a random fact to throw out there.
So many comments could come
Got the
out.
power up, so when it comes back on, it don't burn down.
Yeah, yeah.
From a firefighter, a fire chief, commissioner. You're a commissioner, yes, fire
Yes,
commissioner.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. All right, brings us to the end of our agenda.
Madam Chair, I move we adjourn.
I'll second.
A motion and a second, we're adjourned.
Happy
Have a
birthday,
good day.
Commissioner.